It is the final race of the regular season. We've got drivers that are in must-win scenarios, others just racing for pride for 90 laps here tonight. We do have a stage break at the end of lap 25. Let's see if we can make it there. My name is Sam Dyer. With me is Trevor Earhart, Robert Moyer Jr. running productions in the background. We're in the trial. Pace car is off into the restart zone, and we're green for the FR Graphics 240 here tonight. And Trevor looking clean so far, heading down into turn number 1.
Looking clean so far, Sam. It's the cutoff race to get into the playoffs. What better place to do it than here at Talladega? Medlin, our pole sitter, with a great jump over the 99 of John Dart with help from his fill-in teammate Christopher Norris.
As we're coming up to 20 laps to go here tonight for the Talladega FR Graphics 240, it is Andrew Medlin leading the way on the inside. The big thing to note, though, the 77 Kyle Carpenter, he's so far back, he can lose out on points and be bumped out to be the 12th driver in points. Important numbers. As we're coming to the very end of the stage, it's Andrew Medlin, Christopher Norris, Jonathan K. Spear, and the 77 has racked his way up to 4th place. Kyle Carpenter making sure he doesn't get bumped to 12th in points, keeping Andrew Medlin there. The 12 maximizing his points by leading the way as the outside lanes are trying to group up, build up the speed. Here comes Jonathan K. Spear to the outside. Middle lane is all for the 8, but he's not closing in. Philip Chavez is not helping. It's all that of Christopher Norris, Medlin, and Carpenter. The inside lane, too dominant as they hit the tri-oval. Coming around to the very end of the stage, only the top 10 get bonus points, and as they cross the line, it's Andrew Medlin. Well, stage set. It's the teammates, Zach Hall, Andrew Medlin, going to be the front runners. Can Andrew Medlin finally break into a win? Let's find out as we're back to green flag racing. No more stage breaks. It's all about the win as the drivers ramp it up to speed. A lot of drivers topping off on fuel. That's why you see the train of drivers behind. As we are 31 laps in, bouncing to the outside lane, it's Ambush Racing. That's Joshua Altis, going to be having help from Austin Call, as well as a driver we haven't seen for a while. It's Jason Ferre leading the group, and just like that, a group of 3 from all the way back from that of 12th to the lead position is Joshua Altis leading the charge as we're on lap 31 coming to 32. Jonathan Woods, inside lane, coming with a lot of pressure, trying to battle the Ambush Racing drivers, and oh no, the 2! Bad bump in the center of the corner, he stays on the apron, but luckily the drivers are running so slow. Oh, bad bump, wreck, slam, and carnage reigns. The big one strikes here at Talladega. On board with Philip Chavez as he's going to get a great shot of the oncoming incident, and just no time. He's on the brakes, he's off the throttle, but everyone's just not able to slow down in time. Nick Holland, brutal collision there for the 68. Underpacing, interesting rulings coming in. You see the driver staying out. That's Chris Stitz and Cole Sketty coming in a lap later. Pits are closed. If you don't come in that first time, pits are closed for you, and that's a black flag penalty. Well, a big one struck as drivers were trying to turn this race into a one-stop. The timing was not perfect. We still have one more pit stop to go, and it's the 94 and the 18 leading the charge down into turn number 1 as it's ambush racing trying to get back in line, and there they are. Woo, they look quick today. Talked about needed one more pit stop, and here comes the first group as they're scattering and fanning out into pit road. And it's going to be the 26. Travis Dart needs a win for that 26 machine as they'll lead the group. Well, after serving their black flag penalty, Cole Sacchetti and Chris Stitz giving a little bit of a scare here with the lead pack drivers. These are the drivers that still have yet to come into pit road. As they stay low, everyone's trying to get on by, and it's ambush racing trapped to the outside lane. You've got the Austin Call, the 18, the 8 of Jonathan K. Spear, just side by side with lap traffic now as those drivers try to keep themselves in. Oh, contact out of turn number 2. Woo, luckily they hold on. Here comes drivers over the radio saying it's pit stop time for the second group. They waited quite a while, wanted to make sure they had plenty of spacing for one another and fan out, make their way in, and luckily everyone's going to have a clean entry. So get prepared to make sure you don't have any mistakes for yourself. Took a couple laps, but we are grouping up. Both packs completely settling into where they need to be. A couple of drivers have lost touch. That of Christopher Wade no longer with this group. But it's ambush racing once again, bouncing to the outside. They want to be the leaders and drivers in charge here as we are closing into the end of this race. What a run it's been. You're seeing the drivers in tow. You've got yourself on the inside lane. That's Kyle Carpenter. He's trying to keep himself inside at least the top 18 if he's going to be staying in that of 11th place in points. If he wins, he's locked into the playoffs. For Andrew Medlin, second truck on the outside. He needs either the 77 or his teammate, Christopher Norris, who's a fill-in driver here tonight, to win. Because if the 26 gets to victory lane, Andrew Medlin is bounced out of the playoffs. We're still side by side, that outer lane, just 2 trucks strong. It's Andrew Medlin, Christopher Norris trying to hold off that of Travis Dart. Dart getting a huge shove from that of Cameron Sarn. Sarn doing his best, the Mickey Mouse machine, keeping it dashing side by side. The drag races continue on. 2 laps to go, trying to keep it together so we don't have to go to overtime as it's the 26 leading with his hopes to make it into the playoffs. He already has his brother of John Dart going to be making it. Can he be the next one to make it and solidify? It's the last race of the regular season across the Trioval, 3 wide for that of 3rd place, and it's the freaky fast white flag as Christopher Norris bouncing to the lead position. The 15. Andrew Medlin, his hopes and dreams of making it into the playoffs and staying in the playoffs is resting on the inside or the outside lane. It cannot afford that of Travis Dart to win. Drivers bouncing off of one another. Lap traffic going to be ahead. Shouldn't be a factor at all as we go to the sky cam. Can we make it through 3 and 4 as they've been 3 wide? No, contact, bad bump, and they're scattering between one another and making it through. It's going to be Will Bustler, Andrew Medlin as well. Leaders making their passes on where to go. Medlin ducks low, down below the yellow line. Will Bustler and Andrew Medlin make contact. Oh no, if Andrew Medlin's in the grass, it's Jonathan K. Spear. One of the last hopes, Travis Dart. And Andrew Medlin's out of this. K-Spear wins at Talladega and makes it into the playoffs. I mean, it was just a simple bump. Bad bump, center of the corner, and Andrew Medlin sees his teammate drive away. And if he just stick with Will Bustler, he could have stayed in the playoffs, but Will Bustler's so damaged you can't trust that. Goes to the inside lane. Bad bump between the two and into the grass. And here's some other drivers' points of view of how this incident went down. Oh, just hard contact for the 18 who looked fast today. Well, from that of the Full Send Racing Series, Talladega, what a finish and what a steal. Jonathan Casebeer is now locked into the playoffs with the win here at Talladega, and we got Jonathan with us. Jonathan, how are you feeling after getting the win at Talladega?
I feel absolutely amazing. I really didn't think I was in a position to win coming to the last lap. Obviously, it is Talladega. Nothing's out of the question. But being on that low line with that many cars in front of me, I just didn't see it happening. And then coming out of 4, they wrecked, and I kind of kept my foot halfway in it the whole way through. Got out in 3rd, and then the leaders wrecked in front of me, and I just capitalized on that and took it to the line.
I mean, it was incredible to watch. You can also take us back to the first big one that happened back at lap 45. You were kind of involved with that one as well, but still skating away from it. I mean, how is it knowing that you just survived 2 of the biggest wrecks of the night, and that's what got you to victory lane?
Yeah, that accident on lap 45, I got a little too close to my teammate Jason to his left quarter panel and just spun him around. And thankfully, he didn't end up with too much damage, but I definitely feel bad for the rest of the guys that I took out with that one.
Well, your final question, I mean, you're now locked into the playoffs. How are you feeling going into the playoffs where we know there's a lot of heavy contenders, and now you're one of them?
I'm feeling all right. Definitely got that road course race circled. Want to kind of get a little more practice in for and be ready for that one, but Vegas does feel like a good track that I can try and get enough points in and try to make the run for the next round.
Well, we can't wait to see how you perform when the playoffs come around, but congratulations once again on the win. And before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my teammates, Jason Foray, Josh Altice, and Austin Call. They were helpful all night with the strategy calls and the drafting and keeping us in contention the whole way through. And then shout out to my dad for always tuning in. Unfortunate that the stream didn't go last night, but very good.
Well, we're happy that you were able to talk with us here the day after. Congratulations and good luck again in the playoffs.
Thank you so much.